Imagine a time in America where energy can not only be abundantly available, but also delivered efficiently and safely to power homes and businesses. This is the common objective of all pipeline companies to build reliable infrastructure to transport oil and natural gases across the vast country with minimal environmental impact. Advancements in energy are the difference in our modern world that allows people to thrive, and pipeline construction is a critical factor in this equation. Topic significance. Pipelines are the source of the economic growth and stability of our country. By investing in pipeline construction, we are providing ourselves with reliable and cost-effective solutions to energy distribution. Pipeline projects also create thousands of jobs that stimulate local economies down to the county level and help foster community development. Purpose statement. Although pipelines have the potential to break and cause environmental damage, American pipelines are a boost to the nation's economy and are beneficial for the flourishing of people's lives. I'll begin my presentation by providing you the argument about why pipelines should not be built, and then I'll persuade you why pipelines should be built and are beneficial for every citizen of America. First point, pipelines have a high vulnerability to breaking, which could cause environmental damage. In a 2014 analysis from Richard Stover and the Center of Biological Diversity, they shared that there's a troubling history of spills, contamination, injuries, and death from pipelines. From 1986 to 2013, there have been nearly 8,000 incidents classified as significant, which means someone was hospitalized or killed, and damages amounted to more than $50,000. Recently, there has been some controversy over the Summit Carbon Pipeline. According to Jared Strong of the Des Moines Register, opponents of the Summit Carbon Pipeline project are worried about the safety of people and livestock if the pipeline were to break and damage farmland during construction. According to earthworks.org, pipelines can pollute air, water, soil, and climate when they leak. Pipelines that cross rivers and streams are more vulnerable to breaks when heavy rain and floods occur. These leaks can result in damage to water sources for people and wildlife. Legal disputes can also sprout when pipeline companies want to construct a pipeline. For example, according to Melanie Plenda of the Gale Encyclopedia of Science in 2016, near the Standing Rock Sioux Reservation within North Dakota, members of the Lakota and Dakota nations, joined by hundreds of other Native Americans, environmental activists, and hundreds of veterans, formed one of the largest indigenous peoples protests on record in an effort to stop the completion of the Dakota Access Pipeline, a pipeline they claimed crossed sacred and environmentally sensitive tribal lands. Pipeline companies also get into legal disputes over the right to use private lands for construction. Opponents argue that the pipeline projects do not benefit the public sufficiently to merit the use of eminent domain, the right for the government to take private property for public use, which can be transferred to private companies, to force unwilling landowners to provide easements for the construction and operation of the pipeline system on their properties. Even though pipelines have the ability to break, the benefits of pipelines extend far beyond the immediate impacts they present, which makes them vital for the future of America. Pipeline companies indirectly help thousands of people by creating thousands of good-paying jobs that provide a stable income for families. According to Pipeline101.org, a single major pipeline construction project can generate over 42,000 jobs, paying over $2 billion in salaries for workers and their families. The jobs that are created through a pipeline construction project can also help veterans and current service members. Veterans come to the civilian workforce with extensive technical and non-technical skills gained through military experience and training. Many of these skills have direct applicability to the oil and natural gas industry, making it an ideal industry for transitioning service members and veterans. Second, according to Deanna Furtrott-Roth of the National Review, states that building more pipelines would make the transportation of oil faster and safer. This form of transportation is far more efficient as well. Melanie Plenda, cited earlier, also observed that pipeline transport is as much as 70 times safer and less prone to spills than transporting oil and gas entirely by truck and rail. The stable and efficient means of transportation of pipelines also enhances our energy security. Energy security refers to the reliable and adequate supply of energy resources at a reasonable price. When pipelines are built, it reduces the need for foreign oil and natural gas import, which means improving the international trade balance and strengthening our economy. Lastly, there are so many communities and local governments that are positively impacted by pipelines as well. The local governments generate significant tax revenue from the projects that can be used for public schools, emergency services, infrastructure improvements, and many more. According to ExxonMobil, every day in the United States, energy companies contribute about $70 million on average to the federal government in taxes, rents, and royalties, more than most other economic sectors. Also, pipelines help keep low costs for important consumer goods like gasoline, natural gas, and heating oil. These lower prices provide a direct benefit not only to consumers, but also to producers, distributors, and manufacturers of all sizes across the supply chain. In conclusion, pipelines can sometimes be unreliable and break, leading to damage to the environment and property, which can be detrimental to many people. Even though, with the advancements in technology, it is very unlikely for major pipelines to break. Pipelines are the source of economic and human prosperity in our country, and building more pipelines would be beneficial for everyone. Every day we do tasks that we don't think about, like using our phone, starting a car, or turning the light on. Without pipelines transferring the different forms of energy to power plants and gas stations to generate this electricity, we wouldn't be able to perform these simple tasks that we take for granted. Overall, pipelines power progress, connecting energy to opportunity through safety and efficiency to keep America the land of the free.